Legacy shop software forces you to hunt through fragmented, overlapping tabs to find what you need. Printavo replaces that structure with a single, downward-flowing stream. Today, we are going to track a job's complete lifecycle, starting from the initial quote and finishing with the boxed product on your shipping dock. Before we begin, we are assuming your shop's management has already configured your underlying pricing matrices, product catalogs, and machinery definitions. By abandoning isolated compartments for one continuous scroll, you eliminate data silos across your departments. Everyone sees the exact same information, which immediately increases your entire shop's production velocity. Step 1 is generating the order. Click Add a Quote, select your customer from the database, and add a line item group to the page. Next, use the integrated search bar to query the live vendor catalog for your blank garment. Once selected, you enter your specific garment quantities directly across the horizontal size columns. This brings us to the imprint. It's a data packet combining the blank garment with your decoration process, like a two-color screen print. Assign a pricing matrix, and Printavo's algorithm instantly calculates the final price based on cost, quantity, and variables. This dynamic pricing matrix acts as a strict mathematical failsafe. It guarantees your quoted price aligns with your target profit margins, regardless of which employee happens to be quoting the job. With the quote priced accurately, we need to secure the client's approval. You start by attaching your high-resolution digital artwork mockups directly to the quoted line item. Then, you send an approval request using Printavo's centralized messages tab at the top of the page. This keeps all correspondence on the order itself and eliminates the need for scattered external email threads. Your client receives a secure URL linking to their public profile. While you see the internal messaging interface, the client sees a clean, mobile-optimized dashboard where they can review the mockups and formally execute their approval. Once approved, we engage the software's central mechanic, the status dropdown. In Printavo, quotes and invoices are the exact same document, categorized solely by their current status. Moving from quote to invoice is simply a matter of changing this dropdown. Advancing this status manually can trigger automated background actions. For example, moving the job to an approved status can instruct the system to instantly email the client a request for a 50% deposit via your integrated payment gateway. The color-coded status dropdown is the primary engine of Printavo. It drives your shop floor momentum and manages your external customer communication simultaneously. Now that we have an approved invoice, the purchasing team steps in. They use the Manage Goods tab to mark the required blanks as needs to be ordered, grouping them into vendor-specific purchase orders. When those boxes arrive at the warehouse, the receiving team uses visual sliders on the platform to mark the shipments as either partially or fully received against the original order. If an item arrives damaged or incorrect, the team applies a warning flag to that specific unit. This isolates the defective material and immediately notifies purchasing that a replacement is needed. This granular tracking acts as a logistical wall. It prevents your scheduling department from sending a job to the press before all raw materials are physically accounted for in the building. Once all blanks are verified and received, you update the status to Ready for Production. This pushes the job directly into the Power Scheduler. Here is the critical rule for capacity planning. The Power Scheduler doesn't schedule the entire invoice. It schedules the imprint. You drag that unassigned imprint onto a specific station, representing your physical machine, assign a date, and input the estimator runtime. If you are managing a massive production run that exceeds a single machine's daily limit, you can duplicate the imprint and split the workload across multiple identical stations to compress your total delivery timeline. Scheduling individual imprints rather than whole invoices gives you visibility into your actual machine bandwidth. You know exactly what each press is doing, eliminating bottlenecks on the shop floor. Down on the floor, your production staff rely on the tasks checklist located directly on the invoice. This allows them to execute and track precise, non-linear microsteps, like burning screens or mixing custom Pantone inks. To manage these tasks and their SOPs efficiently, press operators use the native Printavo mobile app as their primary tool. An SOP, or Standard Operating Procedure, is a set of step-by-step instructions compiled by an organization to help workers carry out complex routine operations. While standing directly at the machine, Operators can check off their assigned tasks and use their phone cameras to upload quality control photos to the job profile for management review. Untethering your operators from desktop computers ensures that the front office always has accurate data regarding production progress without having to walk the floor. The final operational step happens at the shipping dock. Once the garments are boxed, you advance the status dropdown to Completed. This action triggers a final set of background automations. The system automatically emails the customer their tracking information and syncs your finalized revenue data directly into QuickBooks Online. We've built the quote, secured customer approval, procured the blank goods, scheduled the machine imprints, and shipped the final product. Every step was executed on a single continuous page, driven entirely by your statuses. To begin, log into your Printavo account, click Add a Quote, and build a test order from scratch. Send the public profile link to a coworker so you can experience the approval process from both sides of the screen.